All right, it's Brainwash with Dr. Tom and vocal cords with Peggy Hustad. Queen, Somebody to Love.
Each morning I get up, I die a little. Can barely stand on my feet. Take a look in the mirror and cry, Lord, what you doing to me? I've spent all my years in believing you, but I just can't get no relief, Lord. Somebody, ooh, somebody. Can anybody find me somebody to love? Yes, Queen. Queen has a special place in my heart because I actually met them.
No way.
Yes. I was like 13 or 14 or something, and it was after their concert, and I was spending the night with a friend of mine, and we snuck out the back in the window, and we caught a taxi and went and saw them, in a hotel, which was really, I wouldn't suggest people do that when you're a teenager. That's really not very smart, but luckily we were fine.
So were they performing locally or what was
Yes,
the situation?
they were in Greensboro, at the Greensboro Coliseum, and it was before the game, before Another One Bites the Dust, made them really, really, really big in America, so there weren't that many people hanging out, after the concert. Mm-hmm. It was very, very accessible.
Wow.
Yeah.
So was it you the fan or your friend who was the fan who drug you there, or how did...
I was not as much a fan as she was.
Yeah.
But I became a big fan after I met them.
Yeah.
I had like all their albums and sang all their songs over and over. So I love them now.
All right.
Yeah, so that had a lot of why I like them to do with it. And I also like how they blend genres because, I might not listen to opera, but I'll listen to rock opera with Bohemian Rhapsody. Mm-hmm. I might not listen to gospel music, like old-timey kind of gospel music, but Somebody Love has this kind of a black gospel choir rock kind of sound to me. Mm-hmm. And so Somebody Love is really fun to sing. And Freddie Mercury he was so passionate and emotional, and he had this really neat vibrato, and I remember reading something about he loved torch singers, and he was trying to sing like that. And I think it has a spiritual theme, but he's definitely sort of alienated from God and feels really desperate, and he's got all these struggles, and he's saying, "Where are you?" and that kind of thing. So there's a song that I wrote, and it could be partly from the theme of alienation. Mm-hmm. It's called Deeper Than a Well, and it's talking about how your life can really go the wrong way, even if you've been kind of raised right and gotten all kinds of good influences. And you were trouble way before you were born. Your unwed mother, an object of scorn. Like all the rest, kept you safe and warm. Thorn in her side. A lover last, a fighter first. Your good fortune you made a curse. And all your life you always came first. Used us all dry.
It's Brainwash with Dr. Tom and vocal cords with Peggy Hustad, Fleetwood Mac, Dreams.
Now here you go again, you say you want your freedom. Well, who am I to keep you down? It's only right that you should play the way you feel it. But listen carefully to the sound of your loneliness, like a heartbeat drives you mad. In the stillness of remembering what you had and what you lost and what you had and what you lost.
All right.
I chose this because I love Fleetwood Mac. The the album rumors. It's so rare to find an album where you like every song. Every single song.
Oh
is
yeah,
amazing.
it's a great album. Yeah,
it is amazing. And you could listen to the songs over and over and over. So that's just a great album. And Stevie Nicks, I think she's a great writer. She's got this really deep whiskey kind of voice, and it's really unique. And that's a really dreamy, ethereal kind of song to me. And the melody line and the verse is really ebb and flow, and it's not this real rigid structure, which I think is really neat. Very loose. It flows really smoothly, even though she's attacking things at all kinds of different places that you wouldn't expect, and there's a lot of variety with the pitch and the rhythm, and somehow it still flows very smoothly. And so I guess I'm thinking of it as a songwriter too, but it definitely has a dreamy vocal quality to it.
As far as your own songwriting, how does it come about? Is it an idea? Is it a phrase? Do you hear the music first? Do you hear a lyric? Or
the better songs, I think, start with melody for me. When I have just this melody start pop in my head, and if I really sometimes I'll have a melody that comes in my head that's just average, but then sometimes it'll be like, oh, that's a really nice one. So I'll go get a, microphone and do a real quick recording of it so I don't forget it. And it's funny because there's a song I wrote called Small Minds.
Yeah, it's on that CD.
And I like the verse just as much as I like the chorus. And, I'm really picky about songs. I really want the verse and the chorus and the bridge and everything to be just really good. So I like the climb that she does, the vocal climb she does with this verse. And I did that kind of thing with Small Minds.
It's Brainwashed with Dr. Tom and vocal chords with Peggy Hustad. Kate Bush, The Man with a Child in His Eyes.
I hear him before I go to sleep and focus on the day that's been. I realize he's there when I turn the light on and turn over. Nobody knows about my man. They think he's lost on some horizon. Here I am again, my girl, listening to a man I've never known before, telling me about the sea, all his loves till eternity. All right, Kate Bush. Now, there's sometimes these songs became important to me when they were released, about the time. And then other times they became important to me later, like Desperado, much later, But this one, I can remember hearing it the very first time, and, I was probably 13 or 14 or something. And when she wrote this song, she was really young, so I'm really impressed by how mature the lyrics are, and it's just a mature song for her age, and it reminds me of Tori Amos and people like that. And I don't normally like high-pitched voices, and boy, she can really sing really high sometimes. But this song's really nice. It's lower pitched, and the words and music go together so well. And I love the long sustains that she'll just hold a note a really long time. I love that. And the instrumental goes really well with her voice. And it's a real loose structure too. It's not real stuck in this strict formulaic style for rhythm and pitch and things like that.